In 1954, the Supreme Court declared, "Separate educational facilities are inherently unequal." It was a legal spark that ignited a larger movement for justice. Brown versus Board did not erase segregation overnight, but it provided a moral and legal foundation for activists across the country. In Montgomery, Alabama, a single arrest would soon become a test of collective resolve and nonviolent resistance. On December 1, 1955, Rosa Parks refused to give up her seat. Her quiet act became a powerful catalyst for change. The Montgomery Bus Boycott lasted more than a year. It proved coordinated, nonviolent protest could challenge entrenched segregation. Behind these actions stood civil rights organizations, lawyers, and ordinary citizens committed to altering the nation's conscience. In 1957, 9 students known as the Little Rock Nine faced national scrutiny when escorting desegregation into Central High School. State resistance and federal intervention revealed how contested integration would become physically and politically. By 1960, college students launched sit-ins at segregated lunch counters, refusing to accept second-class status. Sit-ins spread quickly, combining youthful courage with disciplined nonviolence to expose everyday injustice across the South. The Freedom Rides of 1961 challenged segregated interstate travel, testing federal enforcement of Supreme Court rulings. Riders faced violence and arrests, yet their courage forced Washington to confront civil rights on a national stage. Spring of 1963 brought intense campaigns in Birmingham. Images of children confronting fire hoses and police dogs shocked the world. These images strengthened calls for federal action and drew thousands of supporters to demonstrations in Washington. On August 28, 1963, more than 200,000 people gathered for the March on Washington for Jobs and Freedom. Leaders of different backgrounds united to demand equality and economic rights for all Americans. From the podium, Martin Luther King Jr. declared, "I have a dream," offering a vision that would resonate for generations. The march reframed civil rights as a moral imperative and intensified pressure on Congress and the White House. In 1964, Congress passed the Civil Rights Act, outlawing discrimination in public accommodations and employment. The law marked a major victory, but enforcement and local resistance remained significant obstacles. In 1965, activists turned to voting rights. Selma became the symbol of that struggle after Bloody Sunday. Televised images of marchers facing violence galvanized public opinion and moved Congress to act. President Lyndon B. Johnson signed the Voting Rights Act in 1965, declaring a commitment to overcome barriers to the ballot. These laws transformed legal protections, yet true equality required ongoing activism at the local level. The movement exacted heavy costs. Activists, organizers, and leaders endured arrests, beatings, and assassinations. In the 1960s, the nation mourned figures like Medgar Evers and Malcolm X, their deaths underscoring persistent threats. On April 4, 1968, Martin Luther King Jr. was assassinated. His loss reverberated across communities and movements. King's final years blended the fight for civil rights with demands for economic justice and opposition to war. The movement's victories are evident in law and in expanded civic participation, yet work remains to secure equality for all. We remember the movement's lessons: courage, solidarity, and persistence. Sources and credits follow, honoring archives and witnesses.